To colleagues and friends at the American Society, I welcome Susan Segal's kind invitation to offer you a few perspectives as a leading Mexican businesswoman. But I was even more eager to learn from your insights and comments. So I regret that I can't join you in person today. However, I am glad that at least I am able to share some of my thoughts about my experience as a mujer empresaria, thanks to the marvels of technology. Let me point out that Mexico, my country, is a particularly tough environment for businesswomen. According to the most recent edition of the Gender Gap Report, put out annually by the World Economic Forum, we rank 89 out of 135 countries surveyed in the disparity of opportunity between men and women when it comes to access to economic opportunity. As if the overall conditions were not enough of a challenge, I began my corporate career in Grupo Imperial, one of the leading companies in the energy sector in Mexico. As you know, energy is very much essentially a male field, from the standpoint of employment down to the very philosophies that drive the industry. I will not bore you with personal anecdotes of my various struggles. I'm certain you can match each and every one of my war stories, and we could fill all a book longer than the Bible with these sometimes funny, sometimes infuriating episodes. But suffice it to say that I served as CEO of Grupo Imperial for 20 years and became president of the Mexican Natural Gas Association for 2 terms, as well as the Energy Business Network, APEC, for 2 terms as well. What is the single most important lesson I learned along the way? That I compete against myself, not against other women, and certainly not against men. Competing against oneself does not mean forging ahead blindly, kicking up clouds of dust and pushing aside any object standing in the way. It means working very hard to be better today than one was yesterday by challenging assumptions, developing the ability to be self-critical, and adopting the attitude of perpetual learning. Competing against oneself is infinitely more complex and difficult than competing against others. That is why most individuals spend their entire personal and professional lives competing only against others. Here are 10 things that happened when I came to this realization and began to focus on myself. 1. I became more strategic and less tactical. 2. I became more proactive and less reactive. 3. I was better able to leverage my strengths and minimize my weaknesses. 4. I became more efficient at eliminating irrelevant clutter that could cloud my judgment. 5. I dared to act boldly in moments of critical decision making. 6. I better understood the motivations of others because I understood myself. 7. I became comfortable with relinquishing control when needed and insisting that I lead when appropriate. 8. I learned that I did not have to wait for others to give me permission. 9. I lost my fear of change and of the need to adapt to new circumstances. And 10. I discovered that I always have the will to make it one step beyond what I had originally thought possible. A few years ago, it changed industries, changed place of residence, changed marital status, and became a mother. I would not have been prepared, willing or able to tackle these transformative changes, which have enriched my life immeasurably and added new meaning to my existence, had I not made the conscious decision early on that to focus had to be on me first. I look forward to future gatherings where I can connect personally with you all. Until then, saludos cordiales y mucho éxito. Thank you.